Good evening and welcome to News Watch at 5. A very busy Thursday afternoon. We have Chief Meteorologist Tyler Barker here with me. Like I said, very busy weather-wise.
Extremely busy. A lot of flooding out there across most of southern West Virginia. The hardest hit counties, Tazewell, McDowell, currently. Raleigh has had their fair share as well. Let's take a look at the graphics. We'll jump right to it because there is still a flash flood warning in effect for Tazewell County. Now this goes until 7:30 p.m. tonight. This is one of the hardest hit areas today, has been Tazewell County. Again, McDowell County has been as well, and you can see we have a flood warning in effect for most of our counties. Some of these expire a little sooner than others, but the main takeaway from this is most of it will expire this evening into the overnight hours. Greenbrier, Summers, Monroe, Southern Raleigh, Central, Eastern Wyoming, Mercer, McDowell, and Tazewell, you're all under a flood warning until mostly about 10 p.m. tonight, give or take an hour or two. We are all under a flood watch until noon tomorrow for an additional probably 1 to as much as 3 inches of rain. Flood safety tips, because it's getting dark, it's going to get a little bit more dangerous out there. Make sure you are moved to higher ground. Do not attempt to drive through a flooded road. 1 foot of water can easily float a vehicle. 2 feet of rushing water can carry most vehicles, including SUVs. And never drive around a barricade, which numerous areas are barricaded off. There has been numerous road closures across the area. You can see why. 2 to 4 inches of rain, pretty common from Greenbrier, Summers, Monroe, even into southern Mercer. 2 to 4 as well as you go down into Tazewell, McDowell, and Wyoming. On average, 1 to 3 for Fayette and Raleigh counties. So it's been a very active day. Radar still showing rain out there across much of the area. We've seen the heaviest rain shift off to the east, and we've had numerous storm reports. Water in a lot of homes, especially into basements. Also water in residents in McDowell and Wyoming County. Mercer County seeing landslides. In Greenbrier County, we've also had multiple creeks out of their banks as well, and a lot of road closures in Raleigh County. A wider view of the radar will show you, again, the heaviest axis of rain is pushed off to the east. Now we got to turn our attention to the snow. I'll have a full forecast for you coming up.
Well, we have been tracking this severe weather all day, and right now, Newswatch reporter Anna Saunders is live in Raleigh County on Violet Lane with conditions out there that are pretty bad. Anna, what can you tell us?
Well, hey there, Yasmin. Like Tyler said, several road closures across the area and in Raleigh County. And I'm standing on one right now, Violet Lane, just off of Ritter Drive right here in Beaver. And as you can see behind me, exactly why this road is closed. That is Beaver Creek rushing. Now, let me step aside here so you all can get the full picture of what is happening. Now, this is kind of the residential area, and that is the part of the road that's causing the problems. I just spoke to a couple residents who were walking by. And of course, they were told not to walk through this area because it will sweep them right into the creek. Now check out the power and the strength of this creek right here. I've seen it carry a couple trees down, branches. It is rushing. And just to kind of give you an idea of the line, it has come up pretty high, pretty close to the road. Check that out. And the residents told me they were told to evacuate. So they were walking, and like I said, they couldn't come through this area right here. So they came up the mountain. They were walking up the mountain to get out of their home. So that's what we're looking at right here on Violet Lane, and this is a closed road over here in Beaver. Now we have been seeing kind of severe conditions all over our area, and we're going to continue to keep you updated with some of the flood updates. So I'm going to send it back to Yasmin in the studio with more of those.
All right, and we will hear more from Emma coming up in the 6. Well, also in Raleigh County today, a partial road collapse closing the entrance to a nursing home in Daniels. Earlier today, reports of patients being evacuated from the Raleigh Center nursing home, while some staff and patients are staying in the building overnight. This is the only road that connects the center to U.S. Route 19 in Daniels. We will have a statement from them during Newswatch at 6. Well, Whitby Road in Raleigh County experienced quite a bit of flooding today as well. Check out this footage off of East Whitby in a residential area in Shady Spring. Although some attempted to cross through here, school buses and cars were turning around because of the uncertainty of how deep it was. And of course, due to high waters, there have been multiple reports of road closures in Raleigh County, Bacontown Road in Coal City, Violet Lane in Glen Morgan, Coal City Road and Sullivan Road and Sweeneysburg roads have been reported to be closed. And over in Greenbrier County, tunnels closed seem to be the big issue. Monroe Draft Tunnel and Harts Run Road Tunnel have been reported to be closed. Over in Wyoming County, 2 roads have been reported as impassable. Indian Creek and Briar Creek Road, also the road close to Linco, close to the post office, and the road close to Westside. And finally, in Mercer County, Goodwill Chapel Road, Reese Harmon Ridge Road, Route 19 near Spanishburg Elementary School, Bullseye Bar in Princeton had to close due to flooding, and lastly, that mudslide on the corner of Country Girl Road and Ingleside Road. And of course, there have been multiple road closures reported in McDowell and Tazewell County, Virginia, following a state of emergency declared in both counties. Tazewell County has also reported water rescue. Reports of road closures are continuing to come in, so for a complete updated list, you can head over to our website. Well, that mudslide shut down Route 41 in Prince today. It happened around 1 o'clock just past the old train tunnel and the Army camp. Most of the slide, including trees, got stuck on a phone cable, which held back the cleanup process as DOH had to wait for all of it to come down. This left residents who live in Prince waiting for hours.
That's all we can do, I guess. Unless we go on around and it's too far. We might find some more places that's flooding.
And at this time, we have not received word if the road is back open. Well, this morning, McDowell County has opened its Emergency Operations Center due to high water and flooding being reported across the county. Newswatch reporter Shakira Hawkins has more.
McDowell County residents are saying this is the worst flood they've seen since 2002. The water is expected to cover this underpass by the end of the day.
A flood that hasn't been seen in almost 2 decades, causing the town to open its Emergency Operations Center. The center provides more resources to assist with the influx of calls and rescue.
Get to higher ground, turn around, don't drown, don't drive through water that's covering the roads, and just watch your streams and your rivers to make sure that if they are coming up close that you have a way to get somewhere else. So people need to plan ahead, think about where they live, think about their situation, and they need to be preparing to move to higher ground in order to stay safe.
According to 911 officials, there have been over 2 to 4 inches of rain that has fallen across the county, causing high waters on the road, creeks to overflow, and trees to fall down.
The phone calls that we're receiving is basically that the water is in the roads are impassable, roads are blocked, water's getting next to houses.
There has been no reports of injuries related to the flooding. Reporting in McDowell County for Newswatch, I'm Shakira Hawkins.
And with the high water levels, McDowell County has been put on a state of emergency. The McDowell County Offices of Emergency Services has issued a local state of emergency for McDowell County due to treacherous conditions caused by the flooding across the entire county.
There is a large number of roads in this county right now that are impassable. We have asked people that are not in emergency situations to please refrain from traveling. The roads have not been shut down saying that you cannot travel, but please, if you can stay home, please do so to keep yourself and others out of danger.
911 officials are urging residents to stay home and avoid traveling on any roads. Well, Welch City officials were on standby this afternoon when McDowell County was placed on that state of emergency due to the flooding. High water and debris has played a huge factor in the rising water at an underpass in Welch. Welch Mayor Harold McBride and other city officials spent some time monitoring the underpass and roads in the area.
We're just kind of watching it right now, see how bad it's going to come up, make sure the pumps are pumping, and try to keep traffic going as long as we can. We'll just have to wait and see. It's probably going to still be coming up for about 3 or 4 more hours, even if it quits raining. So it's going to get a little difficult before it's over with.
Mayor McBride advises all Welch residents to stay home and off the roadways. Well, still to come on Newswatch at 5, how the Beckley Sanitary Board monitors the rainfall and stream levels. Plus, the Beckley Police Department has released some safety tips while driving safely in the rain. But first, Chief Meteorologist up next with your 4 forecast. News Watch at 5, coming right back.